Poor Lemnos was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Once, Hephaestus enraged Zeus by disobeying him. Zeus cast Hephaestus to the earth from high atop Mount Olympus.
Oh, I know that.
Unfortunately for Lemnos, Hephaestus landed right on top of it, and the impact stirred up the land. So that what
He also
once used
injured
to
his
lie
leg.
beneath it was now
That's
on
why
top.
he's a lame god.
When Hephaestus tried to stand up after his fall, he found that he had
Oh,
been
look at that!
It was
Honestly, I
useless
didn't
for
read ahead
Hephaestus
there.
to
That
try
was
to
from memory.
retaliate against Zeus. After all, tangling with Zeus was what got him into this mess in the first place. So Hephaestus decided to take his anger out on the island that broke his fall, and he has been pounding the land ever since.
Well, that shows me, I guess. Due to the strange geography of Lemnos, getting food to your people can be very time-consuming. If your population grows too large, you'll have trouble feeding everybody. So I've got to have a population of 2,000 and a sanctuary to Aphrodite. Aphrodite, of course, is Mrs. Hephaestus. Not exactly a match made in heaven. She kept on having an affair with Ares, who was a brother, uncle, brother lover. Whatever. But this is gonna challenge me, this one, because I actually quite like Hephaestus. There's something about being the god of the forge that gets my approval. I like playing as the Scipii in Rome Total War, the good one, the original, because you get to build a temples to Vulcan, which give your troops really good armor. It's actually not as good as being as Brucei and having Mars, who gives you good experience, which basically more attack and defense, like you had armor, but it's cheaper. So what have we got? We've got a whole bunch of islands. This is where you start, and this is where everything is, and this is where you've got to grow. And somehow I've got to build a shrine, a sanctuary to Aphrodite here. I can do that. I don't know what I'm going to do about food, though. I'm going to have some urchins. Apparently, that'll do. Right, what does Tyrannus do for me? Buys fish, bronze and olive oil, and sells fleece. Okay. So there's that, and we'll build that there. And that takes us at least to the marble. Lovely stuff. If I make the road take a bit of a detour, we can pick up some urchins from there. And there's this. I thought the game told me there'd be some silver here, or copper, or something. But I used to feel for Hephaestus, because like I say, well, he was thrown out of Olympus because Zeus found him irritating. This whole spiel about that they gave just then about him standing up to Zeus and Zeus not liking it. It's just pro-Zeus propaganda. Zeus just got bored of him one day, threw him down the mountain because they thought it'd be a laugh, and all the other gods just laughed at him. And they found his lameness a little bit disgusting, which wasn't very kind of them. So I have a certain sympathy for them, but I've got a feeling that my sympathy is going to be stretched to my limit. So we've got that. I'll probably want to buy some fleece in. What can I export? Marble. Just marble, really. They buy fleece, that's no good to me. Eleusis. I hope nothing happens to them, because I'm going to be relying on them for pretty much all of my income. But not just yet. Tyrins, I'll probably need them first to sell me the fleece, and then Eleusis to sell the marble to. So we'll have enough fleece in there for 8. I don't want to buy 2. Actually, it is cheaper. Actually working in my favour now. And this seems like as good a spot as any to build my housing block. To miss 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Build the road so it doesn't all disappear. I won't want to go through that again. There's only so many times I can count out loud on the Let's Play before people start to think I'm a bit thick. Presumably that's long past that stage. You're just watching now just to see what happens. Do I descend into madness? Have we already descended into madness? An infirmary. I think that accounts for almost everything. We'll have a gymnasium, and we'll stick. We won't have a gymnasium. But we'll have one there. We'll have the palace a little bit further away. Bearing in mind that somewhere I've got to fit in a shrine to Aphrodite. Whose name Aphrodite, Aphros, literally means foam. Sea foam, and I think I mentioned before it's disgusting. Aphrodite is formed out of the sea foam of Uranus. Yeah. He was castrated by Zeus, or was it Zeus's father? And there's no, history repeats itself. Like, Zeus overthrows his father overthrew his grandfather. Now, steady on, I've only just founded the city and you're telling me about the Pythian Games. I think there should be space for the palace. Yeah, there. And I will be putting a maintenance office there this time. And that should get me somewhere. Food and fleece. The game is teasing me somewhat. Like it's showing me there's urchins here, but they're just a bit too far away to do anything with. I could have some urchin keys down there. So I think I could feed myself reasonably well. Don't know what the game's on about. I can get a perfectly large population. Oh, there's the silver. Oh well, in that case, screw moderation. I can just print the money. And I'll have the temple to Aphrodite here. Although I don't want to mine too much silver unless I have to. No. I guess I can import olive oil. No. Yes. From the same people that'll sell me marble. So I should be able to maintain a surplus of sorts, because I'll only need at most 8 olive oil, perhaps 10. 6 at the moment for this lot. Because again, people consume olive oil at the same rate as they consume fleece, and it is done per household rather than per unit of population, unlike food. So each person consumes 2 units of food per month, whereas each household consumes 1 unit of fleece or olive oil or wine, or I don't know how armour is consumed. I think armour is consumed solely through combat. Right, 96 workers are needed. Believe me, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So we'll stick a road in there and a roadblock in there. I don't know why I didn't think to do that before. And stick some more housing in. More housing. Oh, what a waste.
A lame immortal still has more power than you can imagine.
Oh, come on then, for start Hephaestus, don't be a dick. My fiery wrath will set your city ablaze. I've only just built the place. There's nothing to set fire to. I'll also see to it that your armories and sculpture studios suddenly produce armour and sculpture made of air. Well, it's a good job I've not got any armories and sculpture studios. It's a good job you're not Hades. Oh, there he is.
At my command, all forges in the city will cool, and bronze will be unworkable.
Is that it? You just killed a few migrants and then left. Oh, that's probably a phrase that YouTube's going to pick up on and shout at me for. I ever wonder why these don't get much traction, these videos? It's probably because of phrases like that. At least if I start it with Hephaestus came and killed some migrants, I guess you can have some context towards it then. But yeah, I'm going to struggle if Hephaestus is going to come every like I don't know, 10 minutes, kill some people, leave again. He's a bit lame, to be honest, because what does he do? He stops forges from working, and you can't work with bronze. I can't work with bronze anyway. Although I can produce sculpture studios. So the threat is not entirely a moot one. I didn't know I could produce sculpture studios. So, and I need to, because nobody sells sculptures. Fine, I'm at the mercy. Fine, I'm at the mercy of Hephaestus then. See if I care. Well, the food's coming in at least. What are we, 1 year in? Oh, the food would be coming in if there was actually some people in the granary to accept it. See, I don't want to raise it too high because I don't need 50, I just need more than 8.
Have you ever seen more solid buildings?
Archimedes
would be proud.
I can't even turn any industries off because I haven't got any, apart from the food which I'm trying to get in the first place. Probably just have to wait for the migrants to get there, and I mean I could shut down the palace, especially since it's not got a tax office. In fact, that's a good idea. I'll stick a tax office in. Well, there we go. Right, the fleece is in. So you got your food, you got your fleece, you can stop complaining now. And you've got a gymnasium. You need more culture venues to evolve. Okay, I can do that. You can have some philosophy. I'm not paying for a theatre. Well, I might do. But not yet. Also, employment situation, 54 workers needed. How much food do those urchins produce? 1200, so alright for the time being. We can stick in another 3 to make it 2400, so we can bring in enough.
Hello, darling. Worship me, and no one will leave the city's embrace.
No one will emigrate from your city as long as I am worshipped here. And if I find your houses are lacking some occupants, I'll create some for you and your city's population will grow. How was that? That's my Aphrodite impression. Oh, hello.
I've heard that there's a cornucopia of food here. Yummy.
Indeed. Well, there's a cornucopia of food if you like urchins. What's your problem, Slim? Oh, you're not happy with your surroundings. Fine. Fine, whatever. 10 workers needed. What I can do is I can plan ahead. So we stick that there, and we have a single masonry shop, which is expensive. Everything's expensive. And then who do I export? Eleusis buys, Marble sells olive oil. So for the time being, I may as well just export the stuff. I guess I've got some philosophers to send. I doubt they'll do very good. Very well. Doubt they'll do very well. I can grammar. Who said I couldn't? Fight them. Stop selling me fleece. Cease creating extra fleece.
Doing business. Word is that there are plenty of jobs here for anyone who wants one.
This is actually true for once. The propaganda was right. There is plenty of jobs, and there's more coming as well. You better believe I'm building a maintenance shed there. Right, that should make money on its own accord. I'm very short of workers because I didn't think it through. But that's okay because I've got housing for 328 more people and food for less than that. A lot less than that. Three more urchins. Both the seafood and lost the Olympian Games. I'm not surprised. I sent a few philosophers who've been philosophizing for a month. Sent them in and told them to do what they can. Ah, that's what it is. They can't wade out into the deep ocean, so they're going to wade all the way over there. The game is teasing me by putting the urchins there, and it can't get to them. Oh, forget that then. Although they can get them from there, but the introduction did say that logistically it would be difficult. I can't see a way to get to those urchins, for instance. Well, I guess what I could do is put a port there. Do we need to talk to Kaime? Saime? They buy fleece, sell wood, bronze and sculptures. Oh, I can buy the sculptures outright. Screw you, Hephaestus. You come to me and kill my migrants. In fact, I can't build a foundry. Although I can build a sculpture studio, so I don't know what I was getting head up about. Everything's fine. I appear to Kaime, Saime. It's all Greek to me. It's everything to do with the ancient world. Is it Seleucia? Is it the Seleucid Empire or Seleucid? Seleucid. I don't think it's supposed to be Seleucid, but I think Seleucid just sounds better. Lots of sibilant sounds and stresses. 6 sneaky Seleucid spies and all that. I don't know why I said and all that as if it meant something. It's just me trying to be sibilant. Six smashing sibilant sounds. Right, why aren't you doing something? And why is nobody selling me food? I'll happily buy it. Perhaps because that would take the challenge out of it. Although, given that ooh, that's quite productive. Given that I produce quite a lot in the way of silver, could certainly import olive oil, and this place could be. Oh come on! You live outside the gym. What more could you want? For once, I'm actually going to check the overview at a stage when it isn't useless, like at the end of the mission. So food levels are good, popularity is superb, employment good, hygiene perfect, unrest none, finances up. Good stuff. There is the ongoing problem of...
Hello, darling. Worship me, and no one will leave the city's embrace.
That's not bad, actually. You can get Aphrodite in, set the wages to 0 and taxes to very high, and people are just sort of stuck there. Let's stick another masonry shop in. We can afford it. Sort of. Can certainly afford more mints. City does need more workers, but how many people can I actually feed? I think I'm reaching my limit now, aren't I? 1,200 apparently. And although it's a shaky estimate, that's what I'm going to be basing it all off of. Good stuff. Housing for 288 more people. That brings up to 800 or so. 900. There's jobs for them. Things to be doing. I wonder if I can take marble out of the stockpile and use it to build a sanctuary to Athena. I may as well get started on it pretty swiftly. And I only need 11. Start that sentence again. I only need 11. I only need 11. Right, I heard something burning then, and it wasn't in real life, I think, and it wasn't in game either. I thought like a place had started to caught fire, but no. That's probably not a bad place. I do need 11 slabs of marble. Oh dear. Game? At least sell the marble before it happens. What might I do over the Isthmian games? Right, that's wiped out trading pier, but it is, I guess, a warning that that had all my fleece in. Right, that's a warning of two things. My granary is worryingly close to the shore, and so is all my fleece. So I'm going to build a storehouse over here and ship all the fleece over there. And then all the olive oil when we get it as well. The city does need more workers, but I need more money. I'm going to stop selling for a while because I at least want to get the foundations down. Who sells... They sell sculptures, but can I... I was going to say, can I beg for them? And that's probably not, because I've not done anything for them recently. How much of my income is based on printing money? most of it. 700 taxes, 800 by mine silver, only 360 by any sort of meaningful amount. Like actual stuff that you could put a price on. One's the coercive force of the state, and the other was just, you know, digging money out of the ground. Still, these people think it's valid currency. Who am I to disavow them of that notion? Two things. I want that the other side of the road. And I want a maintenance shed on it. I can't believe I forgot again. And I want the haven to be there so that people can live right next to it. I must surely have 11 by now. Eight, nine, 10. Why don't I just count them rather than trying to guess? And yes, I will wait here until we get 11. There we go. I'll bring the road out, so it has road access. Our philosophers have won the Isthmian Games and are proudly wearing their wreaths of dry wild celery. I thought that might happen. The game is quite generous with you at the beginning of the game. Like, you don't have to have a great deal of culture for you to win. So we should do quite well in the one that requires gymnast access. Not bad, not bad. Terrible. Okay. Yeah, the Nemean Games. Like hell I'm going to the Nemean Games, they're hostile towards me. Unemployment of 4%. That's fine, I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is how little money I've got. Although what I might do is I might start selling marble again. I can't remember how many marble a year each marble shop produces. I think it might be 12, one a month. But I've just pulled that number out of nothing, out of thin air, pretty much. Sounds convincing though, doesn't it? Now I wonder if I can print some more money. You know, at least do that until Hephaestus comes and makes my day a mess. I think I'm alright for fleece right now. But thank you. Oh, come on, Tyrins. This is my livelihood. Right, I'm not selling that. In fact, I'm stockpiling it. Most excellent by Jingo. Eurystheus. Your deputy at the Operant City of Tyrins need your help. We have undertaken a construction project in your absence. I hope it's there when I get back, is all I can say. I need 14 slabs of marble within 6 months to finish it on time. Even though we are busy establishing a new colony, don't forget the needs of your parent city. Yes, but 14? Right, expenses are up again. What am I spending it all on? Construction. Pretty much construction. If I stopped building stuff, we'd be alright. But I like building stuff. I want to import some bronze now. You can accept up to 2. How much sculpture do we? 6 sculptures. 105. That's quite pricey. So,
It was a pleasure doing business with you. I hope Aeolus guides us home.
well, you say it's a pleasure. You've gone an awful long way to pick up nothing in particular. Sorry about that. Still, you don't seem to mind. But 5 months for... Oh, I didn't know you could actually fulfill the request from there. So finances are down, food levels are too low. That's because apparently we only produced 400. I did not notice that. Whew. That's a good job. That's actually what you're supposed to do, isn't it? Every once in a while, just check with your main advisor and he'll tell you what's going on. Lovely. For months, I don't have enough. What did you want? 14? Oh, how demanding. $12, $13. There we go. That's really useful. I can't believe I've only just found that exists. Tyrion's regarded... Oh, we got that quick. Right, since you regard me highly, what can you do for me, Tyrion's? What a feeling. I don't know whether to demand fleece off of you or money. Probably fleece. And then I will worry about olive oil later. Get back to using that. Get back to selling it as well. And I'm not going to enjoy this, but I'm going to import up to 4. Can afford that. And have a couple of sculpture studios. Have one sculpture studio just doing something. I'm in no rush. But I am in a kind of rush because I'm very conscious of the fact that you're watching the video, impatiently tutting and looking at your watch. And sorry, you knew what you signed up for when you started watching. It shows a timestamp under the thumbnail. In fact, you know more about how long this video is than I do. I'm just guessing I'm taking a long time. You know I am. Right, if I do need more food, I can set up a couple of urchin keys down here, and then this place can get urchins. And given that I need 11 workers, might not be a bad idea. I can't think of anywhere else to get your urchins from. And when was the last time you watched a video where somebody said urchins this much? There is no way of getting to the urchins. There must be a way to get to them urchins. Not really. I mean, I guess... Oh, that's a long way to travel though, isn't it? So the game's made me sufficiently nervous about the urchin situation. So we'll have 2 there, and another 1 there. And that should double our urchin capacity. There I go saying urchins again. And I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, like 2 minutes ago, if you're paying attention. Pay attention to the back there. I'm going to build a granary here that's going to accept urchins. There's a college over there that accepts urchins as well. Now you accept, you get, and everybody's going to be happy. I think. Hold that thought. Thanking you. I'm all about that wood. Oh, that was very kind of you, Tyrins. I feel bad for requisitioning fleet now. Well, I know you've got plenty of the stuff. And I'm not going to forget to put a maintenance officer in because, you know, that was so last episode. There's nothing collapsing in this city. Except my self-esteem when Hephaestus comes back. Now, you can get to them urchins by building an urchin quay there and building a bridge down there, but that's just not worth it. Good. I was worried then for a second that that chap with the urchins was going to wander all the way down here. I have no idea why he would do that. He's not been instructed to do so. But I have some confidence in my ability to set up a food supply system. Now there's no other urchins. Oh, there's some up there. But you can't build on beaches. So again, the game's just taunting me. The Nemean Games begin. Our strongest and fastest systems. Oh, I hope we go there and we rub it in Nemea's face. Bloody Nemea. Bloody Nemeans. I ain't got time for them. So the Nemeans are the ones to watch out for. Centaurs, it was last episode. I don't know who the enemy was last episode. Episode before that it was the Centaurs. This time it's the Nemeans. Right. Why don't I feel as prosperous as I should do, given that I'm basically printing money? Which is fine in this game apparently. Let's get some olive oil in. And we can put a theatre there. Don't mind that. Stick some more housing in. Stick some housing there. Take that house out. Put a theatre in. And the drama school, oh I don't know. In the industrial district. Oh, it's toughen them those actors up. You do your method acting down at the mint. Oh, but I'm going to get all those sound effects there. It says, "I have come down from Mount Olympus." And everybody comes with applause. Once the theatre starts working, anyway. So this boatload's going to cost me a lot of money. 8 olive oil at 1.5 each. Oh god. That should be offset by the fact that it's buying marble. What are you waiting for? You're also waiting for marble. Well, it's kind of painful, but could be worse. What's the employment situation like? Bad. Really quite bad. So I'll stick another common house in. What's the food situation like? 2,400 we can support. That should be fine.
Greetings! You'll be thrilled when you see what I have to trade with you.
Thrilled. Right, yes, he's going to bring in 4 lots of bronze. I can afford that. Bad news by Jingo, our city's slow and weak contestants were defeated at the Nemean Games. Nemea! Oh dear. Gymnasts and a stadium can help train better participants for next time. I'm not investing in a stadium just to beat Nemea. Don't think the thought hasn't crossed my mind and has met with moderate approval. It's funny that I haven't gone into debt yet. But see, well, I say that, so we're only the 2nd episode in. And I am minting my own money and exporting marble. And I say yes, but I am having to import bronze and fleece and olive oil and everything else that makes life worth living. Hygiene's deteriorating. Well, it's not wrong. I blame that on lockdown. That's actually not true, for the record. I've been showering every day because that's what civilized people do, regardless of whether you're leaving the house or not. A number of people have said, like, well, I don't have to go to the office, so I've basically said, well, I'm not going to shower today. I mean, what a scruff. I'm not going to name names because, well, it'd be fundamentally pointless. Because you don't know who these people are. You don't know my friends. Oh, speaking of friends, actually messaging me on Discord as we speak. Which is what that noise was. I have to check that all these things are turned off before I start recording. In my defence, it's the first interruption we've had in the hour or so that I've been doing this. Probably guessed that I've done this and the previous episode all in one sitting. Since the first episode only lasted 20 minutes, I'm still going to put it as a video on its own though, because that's like a treat to lure you in. A short 20-minute video, you must be getting to the point and getting things sorted. No, it's just that it was quite a straightforward mission. Really straightforward, all you have to do is build up and sell some fleece. I can do that. What I'm doing at the moment is just faffing, pretty much. Hygiene is perfect. Right, since hygiene's perfect, let's slather everyone in olive oil. There we go. That ought to do something. Make people happy. Just a weird bunch of Greeks. Greeks and Romans. Always demanding their olive oil. They did used to use it for, perhaps they still do, have to use it to clean themselves, but you get rub olive oil onto you and then like scrape it off. And the oil would like pick up all the grime that you picked up on your skin. I don't know, maybe it works. I'm not about to try it though. I've got some olive oil. I've been to the shops today. But that's for cooking with, not for rubbing on my body. Ooh, there's a thought. Right, you don't find the area very appealing. It's alright, there's the population monument. So stop complaining. Right, I hope I've not... Right, we can feed 2,400 people, according to the game. And soon we're going to have 1,500. At least. More when these people get their act together. For some reason they're not getting cultural venues, but... that's because the actors are going in the wrong way. I have no words. Well, it's interesting that this side gets the actors and this side doesn't.
A lame immortal still has more power than you can imagine.
Oh, lay off, Hephaestus. I'll just get my act together. Hello.
At my command, all forges in the city will cool, and bronze will be unworkable.
Can I knock him into the sea? Oh, he even walks with a limp. Very good. I like that. Fine. Well, people aren't on it. There's a god on it. You know, to say he's supposed to be lame, he still look quite, you know, healthy. Fit. The waters have formed into a mountain overflowing onto land in a great tidal wave. The rushing waters have knocked down every structure in its path. First thing games begin. No, don't do that, Hephaestus. Where's he going? Oh, I hope he doesn't go for the sculptures. Just hobbling along there. Poor Hephaestus. I still have a soft spot for him, even though he is destroying my city. I must have a soft spot for him. I called him fit 2 minutes ago. Oof. Hobble some of that love my way, Hephaestus. Oh, it's getting... Is it warm in here, or is it me? Actually, it is warm in here. I've had to close the window to keep out the noise of the city. It's, oh, he's not the mince. That sounded sarcastic, didn't it? Ugh. That was unnecessary, Hephaestus. I don't have a backup. Why is there a fire in the city? Why is everything going wrong? Why is there a fire in the city? I mean, don't do that. I'm not even sure who's attacking there. It's knocked somebody else out. Well, that was a bit galling. That was my stockpile. I've got to buy some now. Still, I guess Tyrins is happy. I want to pay 54 drachma apiece. Where's he going? Haven't you done enough damage? Oh, fine. Who is he setting them on fire? He is! Cheeky beggar. Where's he going now? Go and make Achilles' armor or whatever you're doing. Or making a golden mesh to put over a bed to catch your wife with somebody else. It also puts a... using that same fine gold mesh, he also traps Hera in a throne. He makes like a gold throne as like a peace offering to Hera, who also throws him down the mountain, Mount Olympus. And yeah, she sits in it, thinks it's a gift, and is just trapped there in this fine mesh, and nobody can get him out, so they have to... Well, they try and force him up. Like, they send Ares down, so to try and kick him back upstairs to Olympus to fix it. And he just goes, no, no, you don't like me. And they have to send Dionysus down to get him drunk, and then carry him back up on a donkey. And when he's there, he sets Hera free from the mesh that he's set. Whew, I thought for a second there he was going for me urchins. And it was bad enough he got rid of all my olive oil and my fleece. Yeah, and he does a bit of a gloat and says, "Ah, you're all trapped in my trapped in a fine mesh." And everybody's like, "Okay, just let her free now." And he does, and he gets to be, he's allowed back up to Olympus. It all ends happily ever after. That is until his wife runs off with Ares. I think there's something symbolic about that. Something about love and war going together and leaving industry behind, but industry and technology can catch love, can use their machinations to stop war and love. And there's symbolism all around it. Like, industry's there, and when it wants to, it can do something. I don't know. Right, that's an awful lot of marble you've got lined up there. Perhaps we could actually use some this time. Yeah, we could use some marble for our own purposes, rather than keeping these good people waiting. And what is wrong with you? I mean, you're right next door to a sanctuary. Tyrians regard you more highly. Good stuff, because you know that fleece that I asked for? I'm going to have to ask for some more, I'm afraid. It's a funny story. It involves a god. He's probably going to go and destroy it again, isn't he? Well, that's not going to look good on the tally. It doesn't look good on the tally. What am I spending it on? Taxes in, exports. Hey, at least we're exporting more than we're printing the money out, which is doing better than last year in that respect.
It was a pleasure doing business.
Thank you. It's a pleasure doing business with you as well.
I hope Aeolus guides us home.
The last time I mined this much silver was at the mines of Lorien, which I found actually play a critical part in the creation of the Athenian navy. The reason why the Athenians have such a navy is that they paid for it with silver from the mines of Lorien. There's the mines of Lorien that were in use, but not as a silver mine until 1974, I think, AD. And I can't remember how I was going to finish that sentence there. Perhaps I should have just left it there. Yeah, they had a debate on what to do with the money, and I know that one of the options was to build a navy. I can't remember what the other options were. You know, probably it was just like spend it on, I don't know, food for the poor or something like that. But fortunately, that got kiboshed. Whew. How much more wood do we need? 8 loads. Where could I get it from? Kaimi. These people are making a fortune out of me. There's nothing I can do about it. Thanking you. We need 6 sculptures, 4 loads of wood, 24 slabs of marble. What I'm hoping is, one of the reasons I'm being a bit cautious here is this is the perfect opportunity to build up the treasury for the next mission. So, what I often forget to do, and I like rush through to the next mission and go, job done, got it sorted. And you got to think, well, do I want to go right now, or it's particularly with the main city. Like if you're on a slightly easier mission, like the one we were on previously, perhaps I should have spent a bit more time just like building up some funds, perhaps building a bit more industry, so that when the next mission comes, I'm in a good position to meet the challenge. Although maybe that makes the game fundamentally challengeless, who knows? I certainly don't. Right, I'm worried that there's too many urchins stocking up there and not enough urchins making it up here. So, let's stick that. there. Which is the beauty of it. Even though it's a long distance away, you can set as many granaries to go and make the journey. Probably set some storage yards to make the journey as well. Well, it could do first Pharaoh, but as it isn't, you can't. Pretty sure in Pharaoh you can store all food types in the storage yard. I think it's more efficient as well, because storage yard is only 3x3, granary is 4x4, but they both store the same amount. Oh, doesn't that look good? Not the sanctuary. I mean all that silver coming in. Whoa. I mean, it's not the gold standard, so that's not get carried away. But still, it's money backed by precious metals. It wasn't always just a gold standard. There was debate in the 19th century as to whether to have a bimetallic standard, where you'd have a gold standard and a silver standard. And I believe it was the main ticket of the 1890s, 1880s. The presidential elections by Grover Cleveland, who was the only, well, not again, the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, so he's like the 31st and 33rd presidency of the United States, for the same person. But the debate there was between the gold standard and the silver standard. William Jennings Bryan had a rousing speech at the Democratic Convention that ended with, "You shall not crucify mankind on the cross of gold." And for how I know that, it was part of my course at university back in the day. I can tell you a lot about the gold standard and 19th century economic system, and I can tell you quite a bit about the War of Spanish Succession, 1701 to 1714. Aside from that, it wasn't overly useful, but I had a great time. That tea's gone cold. Never mind. It's all very dark. I've not had a chance to turn the light on yet. Still, it's all the more focused to the screen because it's now the only light source, alongside with the, the source of entertainment and, in some respects, employment. God, I wish. Well, what a life it would be if I could play games for a living, like a Twitch streamer or something like that. I think that's why. I think you can make good money on Twitch. I don't know. That's the kind of thing that happens to other people. Or if you could have like a Patreon and people give you money to continue the work that you're doing. Oh, it sounds nice. I wouldn't mind it, but I would also like a steady job to complement it with, which it might reduce the amount of content that you can provide as a Patreon dependent person, or like a streamer or something like that, but at least you've got something solid to back it up with. Who am I kidding? I would love to be able to just do this for a living.
Build me a pyre to roast my friend.
I mean, if I ever got on board with this, when my channel itself was founded in like 2006, started making videos in like 2010 or something. Perhaps more like 2012, something like that. But you know, if I could have been somebody.
You have made me your enemy, and I shall make the sea your enemy.
Oh, come on, Poseidon. Not that bad. Me urchins. God, I hope we've got a stockpile. Sort of.
You have made me your enemy, and I shall make the sea your enemy.
I mean, he's done this before. I can't remember which scenario it was. Was it the second one? And Argos. He was my enemy there as well. In fact, I haven't had one where he's been my friend yet. It's only taking this dear sweet time. Tyrians needs marble. Yeah, I can do that, I think. Trade by sea is shut down for now. Okay. Oh, I hope that wood gets out of there in time. Oh, he's not interested in that. He's just going straight for the urchin keys. I'd get out of there, fellas. You look like you might be in trouble. There's a god coming for you. And not just like a... I was going to say relatively minor god like Hephaestus, but you know. He is the one of the big cheeses, Poseidon. Like how he's swimming across there as well. I was wondering whether he was swimming or whether he was walking, if he had like fins or like a tail. And couldn't you have just cursed them or something? Right, I'm short of 4 slabs of marble and 1 sculpture. I can stop buying that then. And I can stop buying that as well. Huzzah! Quick, leg it! I mean, there's not much Aphrodite can do against Poseidon. The only person who could beat Poseidon is Zeus. And don't think he's going to get involved. Although he is the, you know, he is Hercules' dad. And Hera's the wicked stepmother. some memes just there forever, aren't they? The wicked stepmother. Oh, he's taking on these urchin keys now. No problem. I don't think I need anything from them for the time being. What are we short of? 4 slabs of marble. Well, we wouldn't be so short if I didn't keep on selling it, but I like money. Where's that flashing? I don't know. I should not be paying so high wages. There we go. Right, we can't feed anybody for the time being, but we have got some food stored up for 7 months. Maybe just cursed them for the time being. I can deal with that. It would be nice to have a bit more of a stockpile. Hopefully they'll come back online in the next 7 months. Otherwise, well, I don't know exactly. So we've got to nom through the supplies there, nom through the supplies there, and then we've got 2 granaries full. 2 granaries half full. So although I built new ones, these have been cursed. And that's a pretty cool effect for the curse, isn't it? It's a little bit too distracting, but really quite cool. Aphrodite's haven is complete. With the completion of her sanctuary, Aphrodite, goddess of the tender passions, recognizes your love for her. Now she shows you her love in return by making your city so attractive that its residents will never leave. She will also make sure your city is safe from some of the rougher, uncouth gods, such as Hephaestus. So we've got and there she is.
I like nothing better than seeing scores of mortals worshipping
Ooh.
me.
Saucy. Right, I need to fit some more population in somewhere. I don't know why, it's not like they've got anything to do. Export fleece. Exports bronze and olive oil. Exports marble. Well, I guess I could get some more marble on the go. For no other reason than to keep people employed, because I've got to fit more people in somehow. I can't support anybody at the moment, so now's probably not a good time to be building more housing. And I don't want to go through the extent of creating an entirely new housing block. Thanks. What I might try to do is wing it. People already eat too much Don't I know it? What I'm thinking is I can eat into the park space. Thinking like a modern developer now. There's public park. It's good development land, that. The Isthmian Games begin. Good stuff. Right, that should get me enough to tip me over the balance. 60 occupants, so that's an extra 120, 78 will come at the moment. Add to that another, was it 180?
Anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
I did not think that through, did I? Of course, there's no blooming road there.
Hey, could we hold some of the spinning, please? The spinning is really making
Got it. The water carrier. We'll call them Aquarius for now. Can move up one. That means there's room there. And if we can find a way to rejig that, there should be room. That's not part of the loop. And there would be room for one there if I could somehow rearrange it so that... I don't know. I can move the podium there. And then move the gymnasium over one. Then move the theatre over, the infirmary over a bit. Oh. Well, that's a bit much. So I've got 7% unemployment. Which says to me, we've got wages down. Alright, people won't leave. We can set taxes up as well. We are going to make some money. Trade by sea is shut down for now. What was that? Poseidon has grown bored with stirring up the seas near your city. The tumultuous waters have calmed once again and trade ships can return to your city. I was just complaining about that, wasn't I? Right, what can I do? Don't want to build an entirely new housing block, but there's plenty of fleece. We'll fill the city's houses with people when the city's housing is vacant. Though you are far away from us by Jingo, everyone in your parent city of Tyrins agrees. We think the world of you. I'm proud to be your deputy. Well, isn't that sweet? What can you give me? Give me some fleece. Phew, I'm glad that sea trade resumed when it did. Presumably get some urchins going here. They'll swim across to there, pick them up. I imagine that's the case. Oh, now employees are needed. Now stop paying people so much. Yeesh. Good, right. So we've got some more. I can't believe I didn't notice that earlier. So I'm having... This is a lot less efficient. Having people going all the way across here. Oh, that's a long way to trek. I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? I'm gonna have to have another housing block here, and I'm not just gonna have like a small block. I've got to have my standard size block. Hold that thought. Because what I can have is a storehouse. I don't know. Here, I guess. Get some olive oil, get some fleece. I'll have that, and then we'll move the housing block up a smidgen and across a smidgen. So we'll have it more like here. Something like that. One, two, three. I think that should be fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll make that marginally smaller. It seems a bit wasteful, but that's the way the island looks. But this is where the challenge comes in with Zeus, isn't it? It's trying to build a city in unusually shaped locales. I'd quite like to have a granary here who's going to get urchins as well. I wish there was some quick way of getting from here to there, but such a means doesn't exist. Could perhaps have a pulley or something. Pulley the urchins up one by one. I'll have a common agora. Top. Perhaps could share some of the fleece down there. Food and fleece. Perhaps not go for the oil just yet because I don't need them to have oil. I don't really need them there at all. It's only to fulfill this arbitrary requirement. I think it might be a bit more efficient if I have that there and the roadblock there. Because that allows me to fit in something else, like, I don't know, tax collector. You better believe I'm going to make sure he's going to travel in the right direction. I'm going to stick a roadblock in there as well. We'll have a gym, but let's not get carried away. I suppose we've got to have an infirmary. So many people are getting sick on me. I don't like where that's located. We'll stick it over one. But it leaves the same problem. It's like I need a 3x3 there. To that end, I'm going to move the gymnasium. Stick a podium there. And another college. So I still don't know the ratio of how many colleges to podiums you need. But if you go with 1 to 1, I guess you're always going to have something. That's a lot of workers that would fine. I'll pay people then. But not for too much longer. course, this is a logistical nightmare. I mean, I guess I could have the urchin keys go over to here. That might reduce the efficiency, particularly of this urchin key, which is producing a lot because it's right next to the urchins. My word, am I saying urchins? Have we got an urchin counter up? Like, somebody's counting how many times I say urchin.
A lame immortal still has more power than you can imagine.
Nice try. Thanks, Aphrodite. Got rid of that brute of a god. Send him back to his forge. Aphrodite thrashes Hephaestus. As well he does. There's even a commemorative monument we can stick down. Just how happy everybody is. Happy, happy, happy. Tidal wave that's fortunately not doing much. Right. Going to go to Nemea again. I don't fancy our chances. Not bad. I'm going to go over to Nemea and show them a thing or two. Haven't forgotten I'm supposed to be begrudging them. Oh yeah, water. Sorry about that. The important thing is you've got a tax collector in there. That's what you want. In fact, that's more or less job done. Just got to wait for the tick of the month now. Here we go.
Lemnos is flourishing, providing valuable goods for Tyrants, and Aphrodite has calmed Hephaestus.
Oh, Hephaestus, not Hephaestus. That's that thing I do where I treat A and E differently from just... You're supposed to pronounce it as just an E, but like daemon and demon and aesthetic and aesthetic. But I like putting an A in there. If nothing else, at least it differentiates it from one from the other. Anyway, that's that. I think we're going back to the city, back to Tyrins, and you'll see me there. And we'll see you next time.